Hey all, and welcome back to Fuzzy Dutchy Gaming and the first update and probably the only update of the Delirium Everywhere character. What we'll do is run through what my plan was for the character, how it's progressed in terms of gear, and how the event's going. So firstly, the event itself is not fun for me. It is very, very difficult and very, very random to how you can progress your character. You can go in a zone, a map that might have 35% Delirious, and it doesn't feel that different to a normal map. You can go into some maps like Crimson Township, which has got 99% Delirious, and just the white mobs take longer to get down than a normal map boss, and you have to fight your way through the map fighting hundreds of these enemies that can also one-hit you, stun you, put chill effects on you, put degenerative effects on you, and it's just not fun. So my character at the moment is fairly well geared for this stage. It's got a 6-link that I had drop. It's got fairly decent bow, decent quiver, so I can't really be much better geared. Like, some of my gear is subpar, but in terms of DPS, I don't think I could be much more on solo, southbound, or early trade gear. And I just can't get through maps when they're 99% Delirious. It's just ridiculous. So what you end up having to do is skip maps. So anything like 95% plus, you either rush to the boss and see if you can kill it. If not, because there's not a nice layout for it, you literally have to give up on the map. And this is just in white maps and low tier yellow maps. I dread the thing where it's like when you get to corrupting T14 maps, you've got an 8 mod corrupted map and it's 95% Delirious. It's just going to be impossible for the majority of characters to do, especially a character that does need gear to feel good. I wanted to give this sort of a test run, and it has been successful because the build is performing absolutely fine in lower Delirium. I've taken it into Delve a couple of times just to see how it performs without any of the effects. It's going really well, so I think it's helped me at least reassure that I can league start this character and I'm not going to have too many problems with it. But I did want to get a bit further in the event. It just isn't much fun. Like, realistically now I'd have to go to Delve or Heist or somewhere like that where you don't get any Delirium. Level up to sort of 80, 85. Try and get some better gear, then come back and progress. Now, obviously, I can progress my Atlas a bit in terms of I could do the maps that aren't 99% Delirious. And carry on, but it's quite hard to get a map sustain going early on. And if, 2 out of 6 maps you can't complete, or just takes you too long to complete, you don't want to do it, it kind of ruins the event in itself. And again, unfortunately, it shines back to our old French arch nemesis, which, thank God it's going in the next league, because I actually don't think I would have played another league with this ridiculously bad mechanic and enemy type in the game. In Delirium Everywhere, it makes what's very hard when you've got 99% Delirious to impossible. If you get a double arch nemesis monster that's got rejuvenation and block, you're never going to get that enemy down. You're going to get him down maybe 10% in 20 seconds. That 10% goes straight back up again. They then group together and they share their mods. It's just, a ridiculous event to me personally. And again, it shoehorns you into very, very specific, boring builds that we've all had enough of. We don't want to play these builds that have been meta for 3 to 4 leagues because we have to. And it's no fun. It's a void event. There's absolutely no need for me to kind of carry on playing. It's just really, really bad. I would much rather spend my time working on league starters that are going to help everyone. And I'm going to enjoy the process of working out the league starters in terms of every little nuance. And also sharing the results with you guys in the upcoming weeks. So the clip you've just seen was a tier 5 magic Crimson Township map with 99% Delirious. I think I spent about 2 or 3 minutes in the map clearing the first couple of packs, died once, nearly died again, and that's at the point I decided to give up, because I'll show you why. I'll go through the gear that I've got, and I can't really get that much better than this before we even get to red map, so there's just not really much chance of me getting anywhere. So if we take a look at my bow for this kind of stage, it's good. It's got tier 3 lightning, cold, fire, and tier 1 attack speed, and projectile speed, which turns into damage with the tree that I'm taking. So at this stage, there's no way I can expect a better bow than that. I have a 6-link with the right colors. Yes, the chest is garbage, but it dropped, and it's got the colors that I need for the build. So we've got added cold, inspiration, GMP, Trinity, Tornado Shot, and LE damage with attacks. And then in the bow, we've got a focus ballista set up again with Tornado Shot. Tornado Shot is not the best clear skill at the moment until you get a lot of stuff going for it, but it's better single target I've found than Lightning Arrow. So I've tried lots of different variations. I've tried Lightning Arrow in the ballista, Lightning Arrow in the main links, and Tornado Shot definitely feels better for damage. Slightly more janky for clear, but in this sort of event, single target damage is more important. The quiver is fairly decent. It's got high life, high attack speed, high prod speed, and LE damage with attacks. The belt's also got elemental damage with attacks. The gloves have got attack speed and they're gripped gloves, so they get more projectile attack damage. We are making the most of precise technique, point blank. We're using more prod speed, and then increases and reductions to prod speed apply to bows. So literally everywhere I can get damage on a non-crit variant, I'm taking. My gear, I think if I had it at this stage in Trade League, I'd be really, really happy, and I would be kind of destroying yellow maps. As it is, it's really RNG as to what the level of Delirium is to what I can complete. But yeah, 99% Delirium that it turns up on a white map is pretty insane. It, as people know who do 5-orb Deli maps, it makes enemies like Shaper, Elder, that kind of tankiness. It is pretty ridiculous in a white map to have to deal with that. But I wanted to show people the gear that I've got, and I've been quite lucky to get the 6-link drop. I could still be running around on a 5-link or a 4-link, in which case it would feel even worse. There's not really much else to go through on the gear. The rest is kind of life, resistances, balancing attributes, things like that. Obviously, I haven't been able to get like the Lionized Jewel. There aren't any available. And then we've just gone precise technique tree, as much damage as possible. Fairly decent life pool considering my gear's not that great at 3,400. But I just feel like I'm not having fun. Yes, I could probably push this character and get it better. Get it to yellow maps, grind the currency to maybe get a Lionized full jewel if it ever turns up on trade. But I think on what is basically an SSF kind of playthrough, I've got zero chance of getting to high tier red maps because the levels of Delirium are going to stop me really getting through the maps without dying and getting through the maps in a timely manner. So if I wanted to continue, I think I would basically have to just level in really boring content until like 88 and then try my map push. And it's just not something I'm interested in for a Void event. So yeah, no more participation in Delirium Everywhere. It's just not for me. And you can tell it's not for a lot of people. Trade is dead. The leaderboards are dead. I think I'm about top 300 or 400, which is ridiculous. I've hardly played. I'm at like level 78, I think. And I'm in the top 500. It just shows that nobody is playing this league, and I don't blame them. It is abysmal. I think the only people I can see enjoying this league are people that are looking forward to Ruthless and just want a challenge. But at least Ruthless, the challenge is it's very, very hard to get geared. This challenge is more, we're going to throw artificial difficulty at the game. We're going to make enemies 20 times more tanky and 20 times more deadly, and you just have to deal with it. And it just doesn't work with the way you progress a character. The way you progress a character, you slowly gear up as you go through white, yellow, red maps. You start with a 4-link, you go to 5, you go to 6. Whereas in Delirium Everywhere, you literally have to farm the lowest tier of content you can and hope for either good drops or enough currency to buy something from the really sparse trade site for this event. Yeah, that's it. Don't really need to say any more. I'm sure most of you are in agreement with me about how terrible this event is. I thought it would be, and it was. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and see you in the next one.